Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back. Today I want to show you this cool technique to make some crazy atmosphere sounds. So this weekend I was on a call in my production community and making this track from scratch. And I kind of like the idea, but in this video I want to show you how I made this atmosphere sound and how you can do it yourself. So the original sample sounds like this. It's from MHA. Shout out to MHA. It sounds like this. And that's got sidechain on it, which is why it's got the ducking effect. But after the technique, it sounds like this. And bear in mind, this can be done with free plugins only. Now, some of you may have heard the plugin Crystallizer by SoundToys, and those of you that have it, I don't, or those of you that have heard what it sounds like, will know the distinct sound that it has. So you can check out what that sounds like in another video and then come back to this. But it's relatively the same effect we're trying to use here, with some delay and some pitch shifting. So first we got a duck, and this is more just giving a rhythm to the sample and a groove, which makes it sound like this. And you can see that the speed is on an eighth note, and there's a little bit of swing here, which makes it groove. Now this is where the magic's at, the Delay Plus plugin inside of Bitwig Studio. But the real sauce is in the feedback effects. So let me just turn these off and play with the delay alone. That makes it sound like this. Just a very basic eighth note delay. But then we add a kilohertz pitch shifter, which is a free plugin, pitch that an octave up, and put that only on the feedback effects. And that means that the pitch shifting is only being applied to the delay, the feedback of the delay, rather than the entire sound. And it acts as a layer in the background on top of the original sound, making it super atmospheric. We can also see that the mix is at around 33%, so the pitch shifting isn't coming through that much. And this is a crazy cool technique. You can both hear the original sound coming through and then this pitched up delay in the background. We got a vintage verb on the delay feedback as well, so only this pitched up sound is reverbed. Making it even more dreamy, more floaty, and more atmospheric. Then we got a pancake 2 on the feedback effects as well. The LFO time here is set to a quarter note, and the mix is at 100%, so this new dreamy atmospheric delay sound will be panning from left to right as well. Maybe turn that down a bit, but... And then lastly, we're adding a low-cut EQ to the feedback effects because we don't want some weird artifacts coming through in the low end. Now we're done with the effects on the feedback alone. We've then added a RC20 on the whole sound afterwards. And that has a VHS noise for some texture and then some crunchy distortion afterwards. And then lastly, a low-cut EQ on the entire sound. And yes, I haven't used entirely free plugins here. I've used both a duck, I've used a Valhalla vintage verb, and I've used an RC20 that are paid plugins. But this can easily be replicated in free plugins. There are loads of free sidechain tools out there that you can use instead of duck. There are also loads of great free reverbs out there. You can even use a stock reverb if you want. And instead of RC20, you can first of all add any distortion to this track instead of this crunch distortion. And for the noise here, you can just add any other noise track down here in the actual playlist. And to replicate this follow knob, where the VHS sample is only playing when the atmosphere is playing, you can simply add any audio device, like a tool in Bitwig where you can automate the volume. You see you have the volume knob here. You can modulate this with an audio sidechain and map that to the volume of whatever noise sound you want. And then you set your melody sample or your atmosphere as the device input. Let me just add a white noise real quick and then drag that tool onto the white noise. So now we got this. I've turned the volume all the way down because we don't want it playing when the audio signal isn't coming through. And we'll make this go up to 0 dB. Then let's choose the atmosphere as the input. We'll go with the EQ on the feedback effects chain right before the RC20, so it's kind of like in the original chain. And now you can hear that the white noise will only play when the atmosphere plays. And on top. Now you've done it with only free plugins. I really hope you liked this little tutorial, guys. If you want more resources for music production like monthly sample and preset packs or direct help with your music, then my paid community is linked down below. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.